Okay, I just want to tell you about my personal experience with buying a CNC machine from China. Um, on Alibaba, there's a lot of manufacturers that make machines called 6090 machines, 6012, 6015, so forth. I went ahead and I found a manufacturer, um, did some research, and I found a manufacturer who I communicated with, and we agreed to make a machine according to my specs. And well, here we are. It's here, and well, as you can see, I had to start with taking it apart. It's still standing on the platform of the box it came in. I had a good communication with the manufacturer. As I said, I had some specs I wanted it to have, and it was all good. They made the machine, they shipped it to me, and now it's here. And I could see right away that this machine I got, it was packed in dirt and debris, and I got suspicious because a lot of black stuff was lying in the bottom of the box down here, and I could not understand what that was. So I took a look up under this table bed. It's die cast iron, and it turns out that it's not been cleaned underneath. So a lot of sand from the mold and stuff like that was still hanging there, and it was coming off due to the vibrations. So right now I have my wife lying underneath this machine, trying to clean that off. I'm glad I have her to do that. So she's scraping off mold sand and the iron debris that had, well, it should have been cleaned off, because it will eventually it will fall down, and it will here you have the spindle up there with the paper on right now. So all this down here is she's trying to clean it off. So it was just hanging there. Here we have the electronics box. You can see this hole here, the wires coming out. Can you see the sharp edges? Maybe you can. Just up to the wires. I have to get that look. Okay, so we move up here. We move up here, and I could see all the linear rails was packed in this iron dust. This was supposed to be red. It's like a grayish. You can see, maybe, I hope, all the dust and whatnot packed around the edges on these. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move up here. That's one thing I have to look into. I started from the top, took it apart. Let's focus. Yeah, good. I took it apart, and I could see that in all holes they've drilled, I don't think they've been able to drill one straight hole. Here you have. I've never seen an oval drill bit before, but they have that also. Took out all the bolts. I had to refret everything. Every hole in this machine was packed with debris from the threading, so I had to clean that out. Also, these rails was packed with debris from drilling holes and threading and stuff like that. So I had to clean that off. Also the iron dust, I don't know if it's been standing in some kind of blacksmith workshop or something like that, but there was a lot of iron dust everywhere. So I cleaned that off, took everything apart. There was, by the way, there was no grease at all in these bearings, rail bearings, or what you call them. No grease whatsoever. They are dry. So if I've started up the machine, started it running, they would have run dry. Clean off the spindles. Cleaned every hole, rethreaded, and put it back together now, and I'm moving ahead now. I have to, the next thing is, obviously, I have to put this back together on top here. Sorry. You can see there was this hat. And you can see around the holes. Look at all that stuff there. That was hanging everywhere from the parts I took off. Between the parts there was this debris. And once again, I have to say this is my experience buying a new CNC machine from China. This is not at all like I want to say that everything from China is like that, but that's my experience. So the next thing I have to do is put it back together slowly. By now I've used 3 days to take it apart and put it back together. My wife is cleaning up underneath the machine. Down here we have some wire holes with sharp edges. Have to fix that. Yeah. That's about it for now. Oh yeah, and the table bed down here. They put this cast iron table bed on this machine. It was supposed, I guess, to come with aluminium T-slots table, but it came with this cast iron table, and for me that's okay. Actually, not that bad. We have a hole down here, and the bolt was fixed with a strip because they've drilled the hole too big or something. Put a strip down there into this hole down here, and that's what held this bolt. So, well, did I mention that I don't think I've found one straight drilled hole yet in this machine? So a lot of work buying this CNC machine from China. Oh yeah, I have to tell you, this block down here, go around here, there you can see the spindle bearing where it's bolted, or bolted on. I had to mill it off because it was angled. It was not straight to the bearing surface. So I had to take it off and mill the surface in there where it's lying. Sorry. Just another cozy thing. So, what I want to say is, I bought this machine from China, and I knew that China machines are cheap, and maybe there will be a loose bolt or something like that due to the long journey and stuff like that. But they built like hundreds, maybe thousands of these. My experience is that I had to take it apart. I had to clean it up, not one straight hole, dangerous holes with sharp edges around wiring, old mold debris underneath the die cast iron table. And that's it for now. That's what I found until now. I have to get this fixed before I can continue to set it up, start running. So I guess what I want to say is, if you do not have the skills like I have to take it apart and get things fixed, check things and do things, consider buying something else. Bye.